welcome to Barely Necessities, Laughing Places Disney Merchandise Show. I'm Becca Burbank, and joining me today to talk all Disney merchandise is my husband, Kyle. Hi, Kyle.
Hello again.
Thank you so much for joining me again. Kyle joined us last week, and Rebecca, who's my co-host, she's on assignment tonight, so we get Kyle. Hey, Gio, thank you so much for joining us. It's good to see you. Catherine Mary, hello from Tampa, Florida. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Yeah. And that roofing channel. Wow. Guys, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for leaving some comments. Kyle, are you ready to dive into some Disney merchandise?
Yeah, I am. But first, let me put on a little noob music. People won't get this because they can't read the title of the song, but it's called Feeding the Ducks, and it's in StreamYard. So I thought that I'd put that on.
All right. Well, that is quite appropriate because we are talking about Donald Duck 90 and some merchandise that has popped up at Disney Store in celebration of Donald Duck's 90th anniversary or birthday. Kyle, what do you think of that Spirit jersey right there?
I like it quite a bit. Like, I don't usually love when they put a bunch of stuff at the bottom here, but I think this works. And especially, I know Mike C would like it because it says he's temperamental. So he's got a couple angry poses. He's got some his show off stance and his running away, but it's fun. And I also I don't have any Spirit jerseys that have two-tone sleeves. Like, I like the extra color on the collar and the bottom half of the sleeve. I think that's really cool and works well. I also like that they went with like a lighter blue rather than the more navy blue that I associate, maybe not navy blue, but darker blue that I associate with Donald.
I can see that. Yes, I see. Yeah, we'll see some stuff coming up while we look through the items here where it's a different shade of blue. But yes, I agree with you on that. And I like that the Donald Disney Presents and Donald all fits between the shoulders and doesn't go down the sleeve.
Yeah, like we talked about with the mint cookie ones.
Yes. So I'm not a fan of that styling, but you really liked this one and I didn't catch it first. But
well, it was funny because we were talking about how much stuff that they dropped so far, and I think perhaps more is coming from different places, but we're like, yeah, some of these. I was like, yeah, some of these T-shirts, and then I see this one. I'm like, what's it? Oh wait, never mind. That's cool because yeah, this is that classic Mickey Mouse that you see on like watch faces and T-shirts, and it's Donald doing the same thing. So I think that's pretty fun given their history.
Yes, and of course you can get the Disneyland version or Walt Disney World. So
which one would you get?
Walt Disney World. I'm sorry, I grew up. That was my home Disney resort.
They should have a Disneyland Paris one and then add the little duckling from that commercial.
Oh, I would love that. I would totally wear that.
I also love these lounge flies.
Well, it's the same lounge fly, so it's actually color changes in the heat.
Well, they have more than just one. If there's just one, then only one person can buy it. But there are.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, let's be really technical here. But yes, this one is going to turn red out in the sun, and he's going to look. Donald's angry face is actually going to turn into this like exasperated. Yes, exasperated, angry, flushing red.
It will exacerbate the issue.
Okay.
And be exasperated.
So yes, so this is over at Disney Store, as we were saying. This is the lounge fly, of course, in that classic mini backpack style. We've got a look at.
Have they done other color change to your knowledge? I imagine this isn't something brand new for them, but I haven't seen it before.
I don't know that I've seen. It's not familiar to me. I've seen them do lenticular, where as you move around, the image changes. But this feels new to me, but I am ready to be proven wrong.
I also we talked about the Spirit jersey already, but I like that there's also the ducks on the sleeve. I don't know if there's on this sleeve, but there's on this sleeve. And yeah, I think this is a good solid Spirit jersey, and I would get it if it were on sale.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe like $50. $80 is hard.
Yes, it is a lot. We've also got. We don't have to go through everything here. I do like that T-shirt there, that jersey. I like his angry fist. He's just popping out of the zero. I would think that's so funny.
Hey, why are you giving my age away?
That's right. That's right. Or he's
the intelligible version.
A bit of a celebration as Mickey Mouse and Goofy when they celebrated their.
I haven't heard him mentioned on the General Hospital yet.
Oh, gosh.
Now this shirt right here,
I think if
like
you
something Doobie would wear.
Click the image, it should come up.
My bad. Sometimes it takes me to the page.
No,
this looks
when
like
they're in the
Doobie
gallery like that, it won't.
He's got a shirt that kind of looks like this with Mickey and some other character. I forget exactly, but this sort of like overlaying loud shirt seems
almost that like an all over print, I think is sometimes what it's referred to. I do like that you have the original Donald drawing on there with the bit of a longer beak. His eyes look a little meaner. I don't know. I just think it's interesting to see him through the years.
Yeah, I think looking it up, I vaguely remember something about there being some controversy on whether it's actually Donald's 90th, because for a while they celebrated a much later birthday, but then they kind of retroactively decided that this was Donald. It just wasn't exactly. Maybe I don't know if it had a different name or didn't have a name, but they decided that was Donald. So maybe that's kind of why it's like without that version of the character, he's not really 90.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think it's kind of let's keep the momentum going, right? We had Mickey and Minnie, and then you had
That
Goofy.
is the word of the day. There are two stories. Well, we didn't use it in our headline, but there were two stories today that had the word momentum in their headline. So
we got a Magic Band Plus. That'll actually take you to the product, so don't click that
also
one.
Angry Donald.
Yes. And then, this Munchlings, large Munchlings plush. So it's a standalone, which I appreciate because you know exactly what you're getting. It's not going to be in a blind bag like some of the others. And he's like a little bit of a popcorn.
And at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, there's actually a popcorn bucket inspired by this Munchling design. And then there's also a chocolate pinata that they have at the Ganachery at Disney Springs. That also takes inspiration from this. So another one of those crossovers where they're making merch of food, but then making food or food adjacent items
inspired by the merchandise.
It's like Hairspray. Begats a musical, begats a movie.
Begats a musical, yes. Okay, I see that.
Or the producers, that works too.
Yes, that's true.
That's most of that stuff. And of course there's a signature puzzle.
Is this making my shopping list? I don't know. I do like it a lot. I do like it a lot. We'll see. Well,
we're going to go from one bird to another, sort of.
Yes. So I have yet to watch the Owl House, but I know a lot of adult fans or older fans, even though it's an animated series, have fallen in love with this show. I believe it had 3 seasons on Disney Channel, and there is mostly apparel, but there's apparel over at Hot Topic. And a lot of this is that like not print on demand, but like order on demand. So you can get several of these images in various cuts of t-shirt or hoodie or sweatshirt. But this is pretty fun. I'm impressed with what they have here. It's not just like, oh, hey, we have an Owl House sweatshirt, but you do have the logo. You've also got, I think is it Luz? Is that her name? And Ida, and then King is the little Titan character, I believe.
I can't say I've ever watched it, but I know Tony's a huge fan. And I know that there is a huge fandom, as evidenced by the fact that this was our top article yesterday. So people are still loving Owl House, even though it's not on the air anymore.
I believe you can watch it on Disney Plus.
I believe you can.
And then I like the, I don't know if we scrolled past it, the Hex side. Oh, here it's coming up. The Hex side shirt. I think that's fun. Cool. I like that you've got the various symbols, and it's kind of that same grouping of characters, but it looks a little different. And yeah, I don't know what any of it means, but I'm very intrigued.
Very excited.
and some images of King again. He's voiced by Alex Hirsch, who was the creator of Gravity Falls and voiced a couple characters on that show. I loved Gravity Falls, so I probably would love the Owl House. But yeah, this wanted poster is kind of fun. I love her like laugh, her expression there, that she just looks like she's laughing. And it's, I think, $1 trillion reward. I think that's what the math works out to.
Yeah, 12 zeros. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yes. So if you find Ida, you can become a trillionaire.
This looks like, I don't know why, but this sort of like flame reminds me of Adventure Time. Even though I've never watched Adventure
I can see
Time.
that.
That's the art style that I get from that.
Well, at first I thought it was an infinity symbol, but I think it's a snake like eating its own tail in the shape of an infinity instead of like the Ouroboros.
Sorry, I realize there's one more shirt I would need to show.
No, that's fine. And I believe this is Hootie is the name of the owl who's
Blowfish, just Hootie.
I think he's like the door knocker or something, or the face on the door. I don't know. You Owl House fans will probably be screaming at your screens right now.
Yeah, if Tony were, thank God it's Morgan's birthday and Tony can't be here to yell at us.
But yeah, this is all over at Hot Topic, so go check that out. And then over at their sibling store, we have BoxLunch, and they have a bunch of gifts for dads. So we picked some of the Disney items that we liked, including the Radiator Springs jersey there. But yes, we've also got a waffle maker that's now it's very rounded, very domed.
I like the idea of it, but it's just gonna be a pain to store. Like there's no reason for a waffle, because a waffle maker is not going to be something that you just keep out on your kitchen counter. So you need to be able to store it, and it does not need to be that elaborate. It should be flat as possible. But
well, maybe you take it into the office or something like that and display it, and then you take it in the office kitchen and make who knows?
If you're running an Airbnb, then you can get this for your guests, and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to make a Star Wars waffle, and I couldn't be more excited." 5 stars.
Who knows? I like these next 2 lamps. So we've got a lightsaber, and then we have an X-wing as well. These are like desk lamps with a little bit of articulation there, so you can
like a Luxo lamp, sort of.
Just something fun for the office, or maybe the TV room. There's a pod racing shirt, so you can be part of the pod racing crew. If you're a fan of Marvel, we've got some Spider-Man merchandise, including Venom here.
Oh, that's
and there's
fun.
Another lamp. Yeah, isn't that cool? Like a street lamp, but not. Then a Corksicle mug. So, yes, exactly. And then a Tony Stark Avengers baseball jersey. And then Lion King is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. So if Dad is a fan, there's some apparel for him from featuring
like a soccer jersey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. And then we've got, of course, the Radiator Springs shirt, jersey, basketball jersey, and then a Goofy glass that I believe says.
Again, I don't know when the decree came that all glasses need to have this like Coke can design, but we're in full effect. It's been at least 5 years now, I think. Every glass created needs to do that.
I don't think we own any of them.
It makes it harder.
Well, it's pretty amazing that you and I don't have any can glasses.
I thought we did have. I think we might have.
Oh, I think there was one. Yes, the X-Men one.
Yeah.
And we washed it the way we were supposed to. Like, we didn't put it in the dishwasher. And even as I was washing it, like, the stuff started peeling off. It made me very sad. And then I threw in a little bonus because there's this bank of the Golden Idol coin bank. If Dad is a fan of loose change and Indiana Jones. All right, we can move on to a couple of our quick hits, but we're going to start with the Disney Cruise Line European merchandise. Some of our team is on the, The Disney Vacation Club. It's a member cruise. So some of our team is on the member cruise, and they've been sending us photos of their experience. And so we had Tony crafted an article for us based on the different merchandise they spotted. And these are European, or this is Europe specific merchandise is what we're looking at. So again, we've got a Spirit jersey and we've got a t-shirt. I really like that purple color on the one that we were actually, are they the, yeah, that's interesting. I like that it
looks more blue.
Yeah. I think I'm so I would basically need to walk around in shadow so that it would always look purple.
Even in shadow.
But
yeah, you're right. Wow, those two look very different.
But I do like it. I do like the design on the bottom. You were saying earlier, like the Donald on the back there, we're not used to seeing that. Taking up that much space on the back of the Spirit jerseys, and I like that they're doing something different.
I've seen them on other Spirit jerseys, not as many Disney ones, maybe a little bit recently, but yeah, this is kind of different. This is like a whole different pattern on the bottom half rather than just like another graphic.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I like that a lot, and of course we're on the Disney. They're on the Disney Dream. I do like the ears. I like that you've got, it almost looks like an ombre effect, but it's really more like, I don't know, like clouds or sky there on the bow. And then you've got of course, the ship in the centerpiece there. So this is
right at you.
Really pretty stuff. Oh, we've got pins, of course, lots of pins. And then you got to have a Tervis mug, right?
Yep.
I don't like, I really like that. And I understand that we want to call out Disney Dream of Europe, but I would almost, or the Dream of Europe, I would almost be fine if the Dream of was just gone and you had the logo and then Europe underneath it with the year and Disney, the little.
I'd almost prefer I Dream of Europe instead of the Dream of Europe. Because then if it says the Dream of Europe, I'm just saying the dream of the 90s is alive in Portland.
There's some shot glasses. Like a me problem. Or toothpick holders. Excuse me. Yes, toothpick holders. Or I suppose if you're painting, you can use it to paint.
Is that also, yeah, the Dream of Europe.
And then we've got a polo shirt. Another look at the Spirit jersey in a little bit of a different light. Mm-hmm. I like this. I like that it like some items are very busy, some are not. I think it's a good mixture of design. I like the colors that they've chosen. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not DVC members, Kyle, so we will not be going on.
That's the only reason. I'm sure.
I know. But I would love to be able to see this stuff in person. Maybe one day.
Speaking of the seas.
Yes. And I meant to check to make sure that
I will see. Let's find out together, shall we?
Available. I know the game. So there's a standalone game with this Lorcana. It's the 4th expansion from the Disney Lorcana game. This one's called Ursula's Return, and the standalone game I know sold out right away. And when I looked the other day, the booster trays I think were still available, but
booster trays now say pre-order.
Okay.
The Illuminator's Trove can't be found.
Okay.
And then Deep Trouble also can't be found.
Okay. So
but this does come out. You can't. These games it has been released in local game stores. So and I believe they're supposed to be at Disney parks. I haven't seen any real confirmation of that. But yeah, these are they do. When new chapters of Lorcana come out, they come out 2 weeks exclusively at smaller local game stores, and then they go to like your Targets and Amazons and stuff 2 weeks after. So these will all be available on Shop Disney again, probably, and on other sites and locations on the 31st. Yes. But yeah, everything should be at your local places on the 17th, including this Deep Trouble, which, like you were saying, is a standalone game where you play with cards from Lorcana, but you take on Ursula either by yourself or cooperatively with another player. So yeah, I'm really excited to check that one out. And there's this very special
Ooh.
Once you defeat Ursula, you can open this, and it's apparently supposed to be very, very cool. And they beg you not to spoil it for people. So yeah, this is the 4th chapter of Lorcana, and it's supposed to wrap up like the first year of the game. So it's a big entry, and I've seen some of the cards and they look great as always, but I'm most excited to check out this Deep Trouble.
I know we don't have anything to spoil because we don't know what that card is. Do you have any guesses, or is there anything you would like to see?
I imagine that it involves the Little Mermaid, or I guess maybe not, because if it gets a hero. So I don't know. I feel like it's probably like a really cool foil card that has some sort of. So we've had like Floodborn characters, Storyborn characters. So maybe it'll introduce like another type. So maybe it's like a character we know, but in a really cool and interesting. That kind of points to what the next style will be.
Okay.
That totally off the cuff, no idea.
So my brain goes to, you open it and it's something that's like an AR like base, and so you have to like open your app and then you'll get like an AR something or another, an augmented reality with that piece. But that seems like I don't know, maybe too many mechanics to incorporate into something like that. But that's where my brain goes, is that it's like something cool but related to like an app or something.
Yeah, Gio says he hasn't noticed it at Target yet. Yeah, probably on the 31st. I don't know for how long they'll last, because they usually do pretty well. I was able to get them at Target the first chapter, even when they were selling out everywhere. I haven't checked every time since. I don't go to Target as much as I used to. So.
Well, I think that's it for our Disney type stuff. We're going to move into Marvel, and X-Men 97 wrapped up at the first season last Wednesday, and Disney Store brought some new merchandise and some previously seen merchandise, but new to Disney Store for their Disney Plus early access. So if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, you can shop these styles, including Roosevelt's, and there's a Loungefly Citizen. And some of these are just X-Men, like the animated series, and some are specific to X-Men 97.
And I did check this jacket right before we went on. It's still priced at $72. So if you like this reversible jacket, that price is discounted from what Roosevelt's was selling it at originally, and that's what they sell like the regular Kunu Flex shirts for.
Yes.
So this is a pre-order on Disney Store. So basically what I'm saying is, if you like this jacket, it's like not really on sale, but it's almost like a mistake sale almost. So yes. Jump on it.
Yes. Yeah. Like Kyle said, it's $72, and I think it's like, that's what, almost like a $10-$12 discount.
Yeah, for like $85 on Roosevelt's, and Disney Store usually has like a couple dollar markup. So
okay. And then there's also the Wolverine, or not Wolverine, the X-Men 97 shirt that launched at Roosevelt's last month, and that is available at Disney Store as well. And we got the whole crew there. And then one of their hats. This was something I think that we saw last December. I think it was part of one of their like holiday drops, one of the first Marvel hats to be revealed. And yeah, that's over there at Disney Store as well. I've seen this a couple places, the Wolverine Loungefly, and then there's a couple of t-shirts as well. So I'm not a fan of that first design. I really like the second one. I think the second shirt.
Arcade cabinet art.
Yeah. Yeah. But yes, those are for Disney Plus subscribers. You have to be logged into your Disney, or when you log into Disney Store, you have to log in with the same credentials as your Disney Plus account, but you can purchase it before everybody else. And then Funko has some pre-orders over at Entertainment Earth. These are the We Are Groot wave of Funko Pop. I don't know. It's like Baby Groot, but it's not the I Am Groot necessarily.
Okay.
At least,
Interesting.
I don't know. Maybe we didn't watch enough of I Am Groot, but Groot is transforming
So is
himself into.
Wolverine, Iron Man, and
And
is this Magneto or is it Loki?
it's actually Wanda. It's the
On.
Scarlet
Oh
Witch.
yeah, I should have guessed from the Scarlet.
Isn't that fun though? And we've got Hulk, of course. There's Loki. And then there's
And then
some
plush.
plush as well. Mm-hmm.
That,
So yeah, just a couple of fun iterations of Groot as various Avengers. I think there's a couple of exclusives at other retailers as well.
I just want this one because I want Groot with a goatee. That's fun.
Do you want the pop or do you want the plush?
I'm partial to the plush.
Okay.
Because we just have so many other pops.
We have so many pops. But yeah, these are pretty fun. I think they're $11.99 at Entertainment Earth. They're pre-order right now, but we love our friends at Entertainment Earth. So go over there and give them a visit. And we are coming into Star Wars, another pre-order. And I believe all of these are open for pre-order right now. These are the Hot Toys. They're available at Sideshow Collectibles. Crazy amount of detail. Last week we talked about some Marvel Hot Toys. And today we're looking at some items from Star Wars. The Imperial Commando is the most recent one that to open for pre-order, and that one's not going to be available until sometime next summer. So we're looking at pushing it out there till 2025. But I believe the Stormtrooper and Obi-Wan Kenobi figures are coming this summer, so just a couple months away. As I said, the crazy amount of detail. There's lots of articulation. I think there's 30 points of articulation on each of these figures. And then you can see from Obi-Wan there how accurate that face sculpt is. I believe it's supposed to be the Clone Wars, like the Star Wars, the Clone Wars, so that animated series, but it really, really looks like Obi-Wan as we've seen him in person. Just,
yeah, that's confusing.
So
where's Mike?
I know. Like, I'm probably getting something very, very wrong. Maybe it's from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, but I guess we watched it. I don't remember him in Clone War era garb, but these are going to set you back a little bit. I think anywhere between like $295 and almost $400. But if you are a high-end collector, this is something that it's worth having in your collection. And like the quality of it is so good. So I think we have reached the end of our regular topics. Did you have anything in particular you wanted to talk about? Did you find any merchandise?
Well, it has nothing to do with merchandise. I just wanted to share and see if you saw this news earlier today, since I know you've been busy all day. Did you see that Disney is developing a film based on Club 33?
I caught a brief glimpse of it and I was like, what is that? No,
Yeah, so it's from the writer of Goosebumps and produced by Sean Levy, who did Night at the Museum and some other stuff. And it sounds like it's got some like Night at the Museum type elements. And it also leaves the door open to maybe they'll tie it into C, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. They don't say that, but I would hope that they do that. But yeah, that's the weird random news of the day, is that they're working on a Club 33 movie. Because, they worked for attractions. And it was actually funny because the Hollywood Reporter who broke this story, they even said like, oh, the club is located near Pirates, which started this whole thing. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't park vicinity does not mean that makes it a hit.
Sure.
So yeah.
Well, and it's also one of these very exclusive places that not your average guest gets to go visit. Kyle, right. We've been fortunate enough because we had friends who were members and they kindly let us go into Club 33 once. We had a delicious meal there, but one of those things where you're like, this is so great. I want to do this all the time. And it's like, there's no way I can become a member.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention is that Alamo, we talked about the Inside Out 2 glass not too long ago. Now there's a Deadpool and Wolverine. Now that tickets are on sale for that movie, you can order this this glass when you get your tickets.
I like it. It feels very retro. I'm getting like very, I don't know, like 80s, 90s vibes out of it. Yeah.
And these are these, because I guess they must have, because I think Alamo used to own Mondo, and they must have sold them to Funko because I think they had some financial issues. So they're still doing nice merchandise even though they don't own Mondo anymore. So.
But yeah, you can get those with your pre-order tickets for Deadpool and Wolverine. And yeah, way to read ahead, Kyle, because that is actually one of the stories in our shopping list. So things that we didn't.
So in the meantime.
Yes. Well, as you know, we're a Disney fan site, and a lot of stuff that we write about is, of course, merchandise. We have affiliate partners for many of the merchandise items that we write about. And those affiliate partners, we have, affiliate links with them. So then if you've seen Inside Lobby of Club 33.
Yeah, it's at the Walk in Walt's Footsteps tour.
That is pretty cool. I mean, I think it's changed since we've been there. It's been a while since we've been there. But
I think it's the same since the last time you've been there.
Okay. So anyway, we have made it to our shopping list. We have another Pintastic Tuesday. Some of those Donald pins that we saw in our Donald Duck 90th roundup are on at Disney Store right now, along with some other fun designs. And then Donald Duck Roosevelt's. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Well, our own Mike C had a chance to receive and review some of the items. It's one of my favorite of his Roosevelt's reviews. So if you want to see what he thinks of the items that he got, there's some fun pictures, and he just does a really nice job talking about his new Roosevelt's. We talked a little bit earlier about the Munchlings merchandise, but we do have another article about just the Donald Duck Munchlings specific merchandise that's at the Disney parks. And then Jungle Book, there's a series of Funko Pop figures. I was totally not expecting to see that franchise or that movie featured in merchandise this year. And there's some cool stuff, including like King Louie on a throne with a pile of bananas. And there's a fun Baloo and Mowgli, like Baloo floating in the river with Mowgli sitting on his stomach. So very, very cool moment from the film. Daredevil, of course, he's celebrating his 60th anniversary, and there are some new Funko Pop figures available for pre-order. We're going to continue right on with Funko. We've got a kind of a catch-all that we update all the time with some new or our favorite Funko finds at our various retailers, including some of our affiliate partners. So that's there's always something exciting to discover there. We just talked about the Deadpool and Wolverine Mondo glass, or I guess is it actually Mondo Alamo? Maybe
that's
I meant
saying. Like, I don't know
Alamo. So the glasses that we just looked at, that's on. We've got an article about that. And then today they Regal Robot opened pre-sales for their Jar Jar Binks concept marquettes. We talked about these I think last week. We talked about these. Just really greatly detailed, like a bust of Jar Jar Binks, and those are available for pre-order now. And then finally, not Disney at all, but there's a goth punk t-shirt for Halloween Horror Nights over at the Universal store. So this is one of the themes from the Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights, which I can't believe we're already talking about that. Like it,
every day that's a new house. Not the IP ones,
but still. So yeah, that is it from us. If you want to stay up to date on the latest Disney merchandise, follow us at Disney Merch Show over on X and over on Instagram. Do we have trivia tonight, Kyle? Do you know?
Nope.
Okay. So
but tomorrow night it's been teased for tomorrow night before we cancel it
Okay.
for another week, probably.
Okay. Oh, well, I think there's some travel coming up, so there'll be some cool reports from the Disney Trivia Live crew. But thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.